Hey guys, how's it going? So welcome to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing my thoughts and feelies about the Polaroid something generation mini something. Okay, I can't remember it because it is quite a mouthful to remember. So it's the Polaroid Now Instant Camera Generation 2, which is a mouthful to say and remember, but why I'm making this video is just to give you guys a little bit of a review, my experience, and what I think about it quickly. So yeah, let's get into it. This is going to be a nice quick review about the Polaroid camera that I have in front of me here. Things I like about it. It's a Polaroid camera. What isn't there to like about a Polaroid camera? You can take pictures, the pictures arrive instantly, you don't have to wait to print them out. Just all the pros of having a Polaroid camera. The aesthetics are really cool. So I like the body, the housing, the color scheme, and the weight and size of it. So not too heavy, very light for what it is. It's cool. If you're holding one, you're gonna look cool. Other things I like about it, usability. So very straightforward. It only has like 3 buttons. One's for the flash, on and off. One is for power, and the other one is literally for taking photos. And there's only about 2 or 3 different settings you can use. You can do like multiple exposure, so have 2 shots in the same image, which is quite cool, and a timer. So what that means is you can take a photo on a tripod or something like that, or you can keep it in your hands if you want, depending on what type of shot you want. But then you can do a double exposure. So what that means is the film hasn't fully processed yet. So when you take a second photo, you will get the second image overlaid onto the first image. You get one image here, another image here, and it overlays them, so you now have one image with 2 images on. So this usually leads to a brighter image overall, so it's better. I think it works better in lower light situations. But then, to be honest, it is auto adjusting, so I haven't had any issues. It's been okay in pretty much all lighting scenarios for that. But yeah, I really like that feature about this camera. It's nice to have a double exposure every now and then when you want to be artistic and creative with your shots. So that's the other thing I really like about it. The timer is great, works fine. Focusing and whatnot, it's all automatic. All of the stuff that you would normally worry about is all going on internally, so you don't have to work anything out. Literally point and shoot, and this camera will do its best to sort it out. You can also choose what to focus on. So the camera focuses instantly just before you take a photo, and it does this in the short press action that it does just before you take a photo. So what's good about this is you could purposely make images out of focus or blurry, which is nice. A nice little bit of control that you can have with the camera for more artistic shots and whatnot. So what else do I like about this camera then? Not much. Okay, so now we're going to go on to the things that I don't like. So this list may be longer, I am not sure. But yeah, so I may have a couple of things that I don't like about this, which might be big deals for you guys and kind of big deals for me in a way. I know I'm sounding quite positive about this, but I actually am going to be most likely sending this back, or in a normal case I would return it just because of the things that I don't like about it. So things that I don't like about this camera are processing time. So when you take a photo, it takes a really long time for the photo to develop. So you're looking at about 5 to 10 minutes for the photo to start coming through, roughly. But when it comes through, it isn't fully developed. It can take almost like 5 hours to fully show color. And I've seen differences even over 24 hours to 48 hours. So the color becomes a lot darker and richer over a day, but it's nowhere near fully developed after 2 hours. Maybe you guys have different experiences. Maybe it's the temperature, maybe it's the film, but this is the film that comes with it, and it was all in the same box, and it all came together. So I'm not sure if you guys have the same thing. Let me know down in the comments what experience you have with photo timing and stuff like that, because I'm really curious to know. So yeah, things I don't like. I don't like how long it takes for a photo after taking a picture to come through. It's just a bit lengthy for me, and I like to have, I don't mind waiting 5 minutes, I don't mind waiting 10 minutes, but if the photo isn't going to show its full color and form after, you know, half an hour, it's a little bit, you know, I know other products can do that a lot better. So yeah, that's one thing I don't like about it. All right guys, so I've moved, so I want to show you another thing that I don't like. Here's some photos. All of the photos that I take tend to come out very dark, even in well-lit areas. So it does have, this camera has a naturally darker tone to images, which I don't like. Another thing which I don't like is when you store them, if you store them back to back, so like this, they actually stick together. If you store them on top of each other, like after you've taken them, because you think, oh, I really like these photos, I'm gonna store them just on top of each other so I can flip through them when I want. They will stick together, and it will take some of the clear film that's on here as a protective off it. So, and I stored these together almost 3 days after taking them like this. So that's really annoying. Like, you don't want your photos to degrade instantly just from storing them in the wrong way. So that annoys me. How dark these photos are, that also very much annoys me, because when you're taking photos, you want them to be bright, you want them to be lit up, you want to be able to see exactly what's on them. Another thing that I really don't like about this camera and its photos is the fact that you might not be able to see it on here or up close on camera. I'm not sure unless I had some sort of light, but the camera doesn't seem to pick it up. But that looks smooth, but it actually isn't. If you look at this in a good lighting situation, what you see is tiny lines, almost that look like scratches, but they're perfectly straight horizontal and they're perfectly straight vertical like that. So these aren't clean, pristine cut images. Oh, you can see them. Can you see? Look, all those individual lines that no one would be able to show you on YouTube right now, because I'm really taking the time to show you these lines and scratches. So they run all along the images, horizontal and vertical. The images have these little lines on them, which really annoys me, because I like clean images to come out of a camera, especially when they cost as much as these, which isn't good. I don't like the price of how much these are, when you can literally buy a camera that the images are ever so slightly smaller, or sometimes even the same size, for a lot cheaper. This is a rich person's camera. You will not end up taking lots of photos on this, because you'll take your, whatever it is, 12 shots or 6 shots per cartridge, I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. But after you've taken your shots with these, you're going to go on Amazon, you're going to search up what you need to buy, and then you're going to realize it's like £2 per shot or something, or it's more than £1. So it's just really not worth it when there's products out there that can do this for a quarter of the price, and you can have a lot more fun. There's products that you can import your images and have them printed out like this, so you can pick and choose. So I wouldn't waste your money on this camera personally, because it just doesn't do it for me. So what have we got? The ranges of the color are kind of poor. You have the scratches on the front, which doesn't leave a pristine image, which is really annoying. You have the fact that if you store them, even 2 days after developing, they stick to each other. So, I mean, if you want to store the nice images that you spent all your money on, now you can't, because now it ruins the image for you. You have the fact that even though it's automatic and you can't adjust the lighting, it's always going to take very dark images, which if you're into that, great. But I'm not into dark images, I'm into correct exposed images, which is what I would look for when spending this much money on a product. And the charge time as well. The charge time is ridiculous. For some reason, it takes a really long time to charge, and that's kind of annoying as well. So by the time you've got your camera, you've spent ages charging it, you've spent all your money on Polaroid cartridges, and then you finally go to take that shot and you're sweating so much because you realize this is going to cost so much just to capture this memory. You take it and then you develop it, you look at it, you can't even look at it within the first 10 minutes because the image hasn't processed properly. And then when it finally comes through, you're like, oh, look at that. Why is the image dark? And then you're like, why is there scratches on it? And then you're like, why are they sticking together? What the fuck? It's like a sandwich. It's like as messy as a jam sandwich, and I'm not interested. So, overall, aesthetically the camera is cool, but I would say it's no more useful than a wall or art piece. For 120 quid, I think for a wall or art piece, like I just said, I think it's cool. If you have the money and you just want it on your wall, it is a very cool looking camera. So you have that, it has that on its side, but apart from that, it doesn't have much going for it. You can get these results much cheaper, with a much higher quality, with less disappointment, better lighting, and a more fun overall experience than, you know, with other products than you can this. So that is my main review. There's nothing really more to say about it, but I think there's a lot better options than this. This is a gimmick to look cool and to get you to buy it because it looks cool, but once you get it, you won't enjoy the experience of trying to take all these pictures with expensive cartridges and bad images. So if you're looking for good images, don't get this. All right, if you're looking to save your money, don't get this. And if you're looking to look as cool as possible, get this, because it is a very cool looking camera. But like I said, I think that's all it has going for it, and its simplicity. So that's my review today on the load of garbage Polaroid instant garbage camera now. This was made to be more of just a quick review, just so you guys can see what's going on with it and whatnot. So yeah guys, hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.